Hey, I know it's been a while since I've posted, but I've been kind of busy. I actually just got a new job, so yay me. I'm a server, so I just actually just got another serving job at another restaurant. It's bigger than the one I work at, and it's so suppose hopefully I make a little bit more money there. For this video, I was gonna do stories from a server, but some of the people that I wanted to talk to are actually not around because I wanted to get like collectively stories and instances from other people besides myself. So some people are on vacation, they celebrate their birthday and things like that. So I'm just gonna wait until they come back and then decide to do it after they get, they come back and everything, and I'll do that one. Um, got my hair done. I did it myself. The ends are not even burnt yet. That's how fresh these are. Like a couple days. Took me 2 days to do these. 2 days. I was off for 2 days, so I was like, F it. Let me just do my hair. I was sick and tired of it being like straight. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm trying to put it in one. It's driving me insane. So I was thinking I was going to talk about like home life. Right? So I live with my parents. Well, my dad, uh, presumably my dad. My mom comes up and visits every now and then from Jamaica. She's on disability, so she cannot work anymore. So she spends most of her time in Jamaica. I'm living my grandmother's house, and she's building it up and everything. And she has her own little shop, so she sells things from up here that are much cheaper down there. So she's up here now, chilling upstairs. I think she's like listening to some Jamaican talk show, I believe, because you can get the radio from down there up here. So I was laying on the couch, and I'm in the basement, as you can tell. This is not organized. This is not my room. I was laying down on the couch, and I was trying to get some sleep because I only had about 3 hours of sleep so far. And my dad gets up and he goes in the kitchen and he cleans out some bowl or whatever, but I heard the faucet turn on. And then he comes to the step just before you get down the steps and turns on the light. Now, mind you, all the lights are off before this whole thing. All the lights are off because I was like, I'm just going to sleep down here because my room is hot. Because, when you live in a brick house, heat rises, so it claustrophobic and it's annoying. Sorry, I'm supposed to say that. So I was like, I'm just going to stick down here. I went upstairs to feed my cat, so, she's chilling. She has cold water. I put like a couple of ice cubes in it, so she should be fine. And the windows are open, so she usually sits on the perch in the window and sucks up all the cool breeze. Okay, so comes there and he goes to sit down. I was like, so I go upstairs and I turn it back off, and then he gets back up, and like 2 seconds later, after I literally just lay back down, and he turns back on. He's like, hey, you, I'm gonna need you to not turn off this light. I was like, why? He's like, because I need to see when I come down here. I was like, you don't. He literally does not come downstairs unless it's to do laundry, which is like one time out of a week. Of course, he does laundry weekly. He literally doesn't come down here. Hardly. And when he does, it's in the morning when everyone's asleep, and we have the iron board and stuff and whatever, so he irons his shirts and all this other stuff when he goes out, blah blah blah. But other than that, you don't come down here. I was like, you don't come down. You really don't come down here. I come down here more than you do. Like, he has all his things upstairs. He's like, well, I need it anyway, so don't touch this. I was like, okay. And I was like, I was just trying to sleep. That's why I turned it off. He was like, well, go sleep in your room. I was like, it's hot in my room. And you know this because he doesn't like my cat. FYI, he doesn't like my cat. So I keep my cat like locked in my room, and then I bring her downstairs with me when he's not here and when he goes to sleep. So she gets some running around and playtime. Other than that, she's confined in my room until I move back out again or whatever. So that's another story. I guess I can add it in here after this. So he was like, well, then that's not my problem. You can go sleep outside. I was like, wait, what? Why would I want to sleep outside? He's like, since you want to be so cool, blah, 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 right? And I'm like, okay. So when he did that, that actually sparked me to do a video about him, because like we don't get along at all. We bump heads. Sorry, I'm finishing my hair because I wanted it in a bun. At all. We don't talk. We don't communicate. We never really communicate. We don't talk about anything besides like we used to talk about stuff like news only. If it's not about what's going on in the news or weather or something, we don't really have conversations. He might ask me to pick up something from the store, or I'll ask him when we used to talk, like, because I coupon, do you want me to get something? I'll see if I can coupon some stuff for you at Target. And he's like, no, don't need anything. I'm like, okay. So, other than that, whatever. But then we got into this huge fist fight. I had somewhat of a bruise on my face or something, but that's gone. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me insane. and and then that was it or whatever. So I just left it at that. And so we don't talk. We don't communicate. If he wants anything from me, he tells my mother. My mother tells me, and blah blah blah. So on to the next story. And actually, surprisingly, he actually just came back up here and turned off the light. But I thought you needed it on, though. I thought you needed it on. But, you know, I digress. So, a couple weeks back, actually, no. It's not a couple weeks. It feels like a couple weeks, but it hasn't been. It's a week ago. Today is Sunday. A week ago. On my day off from work, it was like a meeting. I decided to do laundry, mask. I had my teeth whitener thingy, the little stuff you with the light. Would you just press the button? You leave it in your mouth for a few minutes, like 10 minutes or so. Take it back out, rinse it out, blah blah blah. And I did pedicure. I was like, I've been sitting on my feet for a while, so I was like, I need to get my feet done. And since I'm broke, because I haven't worked in a while, because I just came out of the hospital not too long ago, I'm still like short on money. So I was boiling some water to fill up in the pan for the little pedicure bucket. It's over there. But you know, you just put your feet in the little tub. But this one you just press an on and off button and it vibrates, it moves a little bit and shakes the water and whatever. It's nothing fancy. It's just that. It's just that. So, I went to the kitchen and I took the kettle. It was already technically hot, so I took it, empty that out, and then boil another pot of water. It's a pretty huge basin, so I wanted to get a good amount of hot water in it. It wasn't a lot, so that's why I boiled some more. So the kettle boils up, and I was like, okay, cool. I can sit here with a mask on and soak my feet and watch The Walking Dead. Is The Walking Dead out? I think The Walking Dead was out. If not, I was on Reddit. It was Netflix or Reddit. And I will pour in the water, blah, blah, blah. So I go over to the kitchen and I get one of those little pot holders, because it's one of the traditional ones and they're hot. It's not like an electric one or anything. So the steam is coming right out where the handle is. So I got like a pot holder, turned off the kettle, picked it up, and he immediately turned around. He was in the kitchen. He was cutting up some callaloo because I have some family up here who grows callaloo in their backyard. So he got some and he's making it. And he turns around and he's like, hey, you, I'm going to need you to put that back. What? what's wrong? He's like, I just boiled that so I can use it to make tea. I was like, I looked at my mom because my mom was in there. Was like, you not just see me literally take up this kettle, empty it, refill it, put it back on the stove, and turn it back on. She was like, and he was like, I don't care what you need it for. I told you to drop that. I was like, what? Okay. So I dropped it up. My mom got up and she was like, she had like this, but right here, she's like, okay, I don't need y'all to fight. Okay. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Y'all need to stay away. It's like, I didn't do anything. I wasn't a fight. I was going to put it back and just walk away and then try again because the water was going to get cold. So I was going to just heat up another batch and just call it a day, right? So, I have a kettle. I bought one from Amazon a long ago. So I was like, I went to the box in my room, took it out the box, went to the bathroom, about to fill it up. And my mom was like, here's a pot of water. She was like, I thought you need all that. I was like, I thought he needed all that water that I just boiled up. She was like, no, here you go. I was like, oh, thanks. See, that wasn't so hard. Oh, it didn't need to be, hey, you, I'm gonna need you to drop that and put that back. Like, I don't understand why you need to. How you said this, like, hey, hello. That's how he says it's like, hey, hello. I need you to blah blah blah, and that's how you address people or whatever. That's how he talks. So she got me my water. I did my thing, and got my nails done. Well, not these done. My feet pedicure. Okay. I actually want to go somewhere and get my nails done, but I'm broke. So, all right. So it's 10 minutes. I might have to chop it. So I'm trying to figure out another story that I had. Actually, I have plenty, but it's kind of weird, right? So usually my dad gets a lot of packages to the house. Okay, so every time he gets packages, no matter if it's like small or big, I just bring it in and I put it in the living room, either behind the couch or where he sits. Right. So I got a package. It's not even heavy. I got a package, right? And I was working a double, right? And that's what it was. This is my friend's carriage. So me and a collective amount of people at my job put together money to buy her like a 4-in-1 baby seat. So it grows with the kid, right? And it just came in, right? And I didn't get off until like 11, or I didn't get home until like 11 or 12. I didn't even know it came today. I forgot all about it, to be honest. It was a Friday. Oh, no, it was a weekend. So it was either Friday or Saturday. And I went out and I got some food and some drinks or whatever. And it was completely exhausting, right? Worked a double. I was tired. I don't have time for it. So I got home. It was like 1 or so. And it was left outside. And I was just like, really? I bring in all your packages and you have a problem bringing in mine? You could even just bring it in and slide it downstairs, actually, because it's a big enough box so you can kind of do that sliding mechanism down the stairs and leave it at the end of the stairs. Nope. So I was too tired. I didn't feel like really pulling that, because if I pulled it at 1 o'clock in the morning, I know for a fact that he would probably swing or do some crazy stuff. So I just left it outside in the morning for me to get it. And then when I come outside, he moves the package all the way towards close to the end of the driveway. And I was like, you're just a dick. Okay, I see how it is. That's great. Thanks. I don't see the purpose in doing that. And I was like, you have the effort to move it there, but you don't have the strength to move it inside the house and just slide that bitch down the stairs. Okay. Cool. He finally brings it in. No, I brought it in actually. I called an Uber and my Uber got there. So I was like, I couldn't, it was heavy. All right. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a heavy package. So I decided to just slip it behind the door and then leave. Because I was gonna be late for work otherwise. But I brought in the package because I almost, to be honest, I went to bed. I was tired. I forgot I even had a package until I went outside. I was like, oh, there's a package here. Oops. So I slide the package in, and then I rush out and whatever, and go to my job. I got there on time, by the way. Thanks for asking. And, um, and I feel like this is not perfect. I'm sorry, I'm messing with it like throughout this whole story, but it's literally, I feel like it's not perfect like at all. Um, so I got to work on time, and he, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I still bring his packages in. If he gets a package or the door knocks and they don't hear it, I bring it in. I'm not a douche. I literally do not mind. All right. Sorry. Really trying to fix his hair. Alright, so I got another story. I know I look completely different. I decided to put on a hat like midway through this video. I stopped it and I put on this Pikachu hat. You know how comfortable it is to wear a hat and have a bun? This thing right here, obstructing your head. Can't put anything on it. So I wear a hat. Pikachu. So these are collective stuff. Even when we did or didn't talk. I remember when I was still living here before I moved out. My dad is very inconsistent with what he says. So he would say to me, "Hey, how come?" Because I used to stay in my room and I read a lot. So he's like, "How you need to stop being in your room all the time. You need to come out and interact with everybody and blah blah blah." I don't interact. I don't know what the word interact means when it comes to my family. I'm just saying. Okay. So I was like, I'm good, right? So then when I do decide, because I was a big Gears head, okay, so before Gears 3 came out and everything, I was playing Gears like all the time. Or I was playing Mass Effect. And Mass Effect, so much fun. Okay, I digress. So I'd be out playing with a couple of my friends, and I have headphones on, so I'd have those big headsets. Like I think I had my X11s back then, and I would be in group chat and we're playing and blah blah blah. And he'd come upstairs because the roles used to be switched. I used to be upstairs and he used to be down here where the computer and everything used to be. So he'd come up here and he would yell. And I mean, like, totally out of nowhere, cuss me out. And everybody in the chat be like, what did you do? I'll be like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even say anything. I just let him do his thing and like talk or whatever. And it's just kind of messing me up and how this supposed to look. I let him talk and do his thing, and then when it comes down, then when he's like wants my response, or like he'll be talking and I'd say one quick word through the mic. I was like, go left. And he's like, oh, you're in a call? I was like, yes, I'm playing an online game with friends. So my party of 7 can hear you. You are correct. And he would get livid. Because he doesn't. I was like, that's just when people have headphones on their head. It's not to hear the game because our speakers work perfectly fine and I don't turn it up that loud. It's because, well, some people use it to hear the game because they have some really, really good headphones, and some people use it because they talk to their friends who they're playing the game with. I did it to talk to my friends who I'm playing a game with. And this is not like random. It's 9 out of 10. I'm usually online playing Gears online with my friends. So it's not like he doesn't know this. He knows. But then he gets upset because he feels like I should have warned him or something. But I was like, I didn't know you were coming up here to cuss me out. Like, I'm sorry. Next time I'll leave a sign right there at the door for you to let you know that I'm on a call and that you should choose your words carefully. Like, I guess. So, and this happened countless times. Like, I'd be either upstairs and downstairs, and I'd just be on chat. I'd be on Skype or I'd be on a group chat on like Xbox, and people would just be to just ask me like, what's going on? I was like, oh, my dad's mad. He's like, why? And he says, I'm out here too much. But then a couple of days ago, he told me I'm not out here enough. So I don't know. It's not a win-win situation. Sorry, it's actually funny now that I think about it. It just came out of nowhere. Because back then I'm just like, what the fuck? What in the world? What is wrong with you? Like, what happened between the time that you went downstairs and came upstairs? What changed? Like, like something just wired in your brain and it's completely snapped. I have no idea. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I got you. All right. So it's just the weirdest thing, right? And then if before I think we ever get like he'd say something and I actually talk back and I was like, okay, you didn't say this, you definitely didn't say this, and that's not the thing, or I don't know what you're talking about, but you don't have to yell. I'm standing right here. What's the point of you yelling your voice? And he come out and retort with, well, don't talk to me like I'm one of your college friends. I'm not like them. Blah 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 blah, and some other stuff and yada yada yada, and then he bring up some past history because he can never get over anything, and then he'd go back to be like, um, this is why you're this is why you're that, blah blah blah. It's like a cycle. Like when he's gonna say certain things at certain times, and it just gets so annoying. That's why we don't talk now, because he doesn't know what he's talking about, like at all. No, I lie. No, sometimes he understands certain things, but most of the time he contradicts himself. Right? So I guess people would. I I don't know like how you would diagnose his I don't know his persona, how he is. I can't really explain it to you. There's so many things my mother's told me that my dad has done, and my cousins don't really like him. One of my favorite cousins absolutely hates him and resents him because he always talks bad about her, from how she looks to how she dresses to how unintelligent she is to everything. He never said a nice thing to really anyone. Sorry to me to laugh, but it's so funny. I never thought I had to think about it. I've never really heard him say any nice thing, to be honest. I don't even think he says anything nice about my aunts and uncles. No, I lied. No. I lied about any nice thing to family members in general. My cousin, one of my cousins was living with me. He told me that he didn't like the idea that they sprung him on us. He didn't, out of nowhere, but he went with it anyway because they're family. If they weren't, he'd have said no. And then he was like, well, my cousin Miles, sorry, I'm dying. My cousin, I put his name out there, sorry. And he was looking for a job while he was staying with us because where he lived, it was not locationally, geographically sound because there was no metro or anything for him to get to work. So he stayed with us, blah, blah, blah. So he found himself a job, right? It's a really nice job, a really cool place. And my dad was like, well, at least he's doing something with his life. And he contributes to the rent, and he at least does this and does that and blah blah blah, and then he compares him to me. So I'm like, if you wanted me to pay rent, all you have to do is open your mouth and say so. That's it. Just ask. Because I used to live somewhere, but I lost my apartment. So I'm paying it off. And meh. So, but if you want me to give you some money, just say so. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know how much. I don't know what you're paying. And I don't know your finances. I really don't know how much he's paying on his house. I don't know what his bills for gas or whatever. So tell me, give me a smaller margin, and I'll let you know if I can pay that certain amount or I can't. That's it. Speak. I can't read your mind. So he was comparing me to the fact that he was paying rent and that he was doing this and he has big things planned and he's about to move out and he's doing all this and blah 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 and I'm still here and yada 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 and blah blah blah. I can't move. I have an apartment to pay off, so I have shitty credit. So that's not gonna happen right now. But what I am doing, um, I already cleaned out this area, or else I kind of like would show you. But I did say I keep on and I stockpile. So I'm stocking a lot of stuff for apartments from paper towels, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, toiletries, um, uh, pots and pans. I still have to look for dishware and dishware and glassware and silverware. I had to buy a few more furnitures because my bed broke or it's breaking. It's a really really old bed. I mean, it's older than me. Okay, so it's dying. I want to buy a new frame and blah 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 and a new dresser because I don't want to take that one. I want my own. And the other one I had, that's gone. um, and so I'm like still sorry. I'm still buying things for like when I want to move out again. I'm almost done. Almost done. And I'm almost done paying off my apartment. So that makes me excited too. Yay! So we compared with my cousin, said he's about to move out and blah blah blah. And his apartment's nice actually. And he got utilities included. That's what I'm looking for. Utilities included. I don't pay that shit separate. Not at all. That's not gonna be me. Mm-mm. So, uh, yeah, it's just little things here and there. You know, that's my family life. Or I'm just talking about stories and ranting about like my other one parent. My mother and is she's actually really cool. She's really chill now. Back then, not so much. Well, no, back then she was, and then she got in an accident at work, and then you know how people they stay in a certain spot for like a certain amount of time and they can't go anywhere. They kind of go a little crazy. That's kind of what happened to her. So I understand. And then we sent her to Jamaica so she can spread her wings, fly, and then she's more mellowed out and she's pretty cool. And she'd be funny. The story she tells that happened in Jamaica is so funny. And this is oh nope, Pikachu. Sorry. And this camera is gonna be the death of me. There you go. I don't know. F it. I'm trying, okay? It's so backwards. Um, so yeah, she's so now. So she's like, keeper of the peace. I don't know. And so, so she's chill. She's mellow, and how much of that? I mean, she does what moms do when you take them places, and they be like, "You can't drive like that. It's too fast. What are you doing? This is crazy. What kind of music are you listening to?" It's normal. There's that one parent I don't know that doesn't do that. So, um, so yeah. Oh, um, my next video. Uh, hopefully, it won't take me that long. I have to wait to see when my coworkers are coming back and my friends, and I get to see everybody or enough people, and I get some stories. I might just record them and just put it together in one compilation, or I might just record them and then say them and then I'd listen to them and then reiterate the story and whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I got this in Loot Crate, by the way, if people are not sure where I got it from. But yeah, this is from Loot Crate. God knows what month. But I haven't worn it. I actually couldn't find it. And to find out it's in a box back here. Not a Loot Crate box, an actual box. Like, you be packing. So, yay. But yeah, it's actually pretty comfortable. I like this thing. But yeah, see you guys next time.